Good afternoon, Rotarians. Someone's phone is ringing.
Bad.
No worries. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for coming back to watch us again for another segment of the Rotarian Spotlight. And I have the thrill, the pleasure today to be talking to two Girl Scouts, I might add, Kat Steiner and Marissa Hollander from our corporate member Girl Scouts of Western Ohio. So welcome, guys.
Thank
and I was
you.
kidding them a little bit
It's good to be
before
here.
we got on here that I clearly didn't get the memo and I should have been wearing my green today. So what was I thinking? So,
missed out.
Well, I really appreciate you being here. And you know, I've gotten to know both of you a little bit better in the last year. I asked both of you to chair a committee, and Kat is actually co-chairing the new member project committee with Barbara Dickerson. And Marissa is taking over the RILA committee, the Rotary Youth Leadership Awards committee. So first of all, thanks for saying yes, but it's been good to get to know you guys through that process as well. So
thanks, it's been a pleasure.
Today we're just gonna have a little bit of fun, talking a little bit about what's going on in your world and within Rotary as well. But tell me a little bit about yourself. Maybe a little bit about some of your background, your career history, maybe your family, any hobbies and interests. So we didn't draw straws, so I'm going to ask Kat to go first here.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, President Dave. I appreciate it. Well, I am going into year 4 with the Girl Scouts of Western Ohio, and currently I am their Director of Development. So managing charitable opportunities and philanthropy from the Dayton market all the way down into Cincinnati. I enjoy everything about being at the Girl Scouts. I've learned quite a bit, particularly 1 out of every 2 women in the United States was a Girl Scout. So wow. It's great to, be with an organization that has really such an iconic background. So prior to that, I have fundraised for the American Red Cross, and I spent 10 years within the advancement realm of higher education fundraising. So personally, I have a son and I have props, you see. Here we go. This is my son. He is 13. He's playing soccer. We are exploring the challenges of virtual learning as we speak. So I have been in Cincinnati now for about 6 years. Prior to that, I was in Dayton, Ohio. So I've really come to love Cincinnati and just all the opportunities that are here. The people are wonderful.
Perfect. How about you, Marissa?
Yeah, so Kat and I actually started at Girl Scouts right around the same time. So I am also going into my 4th year with the organization. And for those who don't know, I oversee our program and partnerships department out of the Cincinnati area. So really with that, I get the opportunity to work with organizations and amazing folks all over our community who want to develop leadership opportunities for girls. So it's been a pleasure just, again, getting connected to the community of Cincinnati. I also am a transplant. So I am from Chicago and I moved here in 2016. So prior to my work with the Girl Scouts, I was actually in AmeriCorps on the west side of Chicago. So I was doing service and education for an at-risk school in Humboldt Park. And then, moved here in 2016, and I've been with the Girl Scouts ever since. In terms of my family, I've got lots of animal babies here at home. So I just bought a house in Northside last summer with my fiance. So we live here with our 2 cats, our goldfish, and our pet iguana. So we've got a full house.
I was going to say you have a full house.
Absolutely. Yeah. Every day keeps you on your toes. So it's been a lot of fun. We love our new house and our space.
So rumor has it that, and I'm not sure which one of you is the sausage queen. I mean, can you tell me a little bit about that?
Not me.
That's me, President Dave. And I truly wish I had that title of queen. However, I am the sausage princess.
Princess, okay.
Yes, of Arnold's Bar and Grill, the oldest establishment in Cincinnati. And the Sausage Princess and Queen festival really takes place during Bachfest, and that is an annual festival that is right before Lent, kind of celebrates the coming of spring, and also Bach beer. So it is a really wonderful time for anyone who has not attended. And the Sausage Queen reign is a lot of fun, and it's in really good spirit, and it is paired with the Beard Barons, so a bearding competition as well. So I did that this year, and I am fortunate to say I've got the next 12 months to claim that princess title.
That has to be an honor.
My parents are so proud.
So excuse me, Marissa, you have to be able to top that. I mean, seriously, right?
Well, I can say that while I may not be the sausage princess, I certainly rallied together a lot of sausages to cheer on my buddy Kat at the event. So I brought a whole crew. We were like 20 folks deep in the audience and cheering her on. So
always a team.
We all have dreams, you know. We
That's
all
right.
have dreams.
That's very true. Maybe next year, you never know.
I am going to shift gears to a little more serious topics here, but anyway, I couldn't resist throwing that in. But tell us a little bit about your Rotary experience so far. Maybe some of the reasons why you joined, and some of the reasons why that you remain a member.
Absolutely. Kat, do you want to start, or do you want me to go?
You can go ahead and start, Marissa.
Absolutely. So we actually joined around the same time. So I became a member in January of, 2019. So it's been a little over a year now. And fortunate enough, we actually do have a corporate membership. So it's me and Kat and Ronnie, our CEO. So the three of us have the opportunity to come to the weekly luncheons and network with all of you amazing people. And it's been just such a joy. It's been great, networking with folks. I had a chance to go to the Believe to Achieve fundraiser last year, and that was just a blast. I had so much fun just getting to hang out with everyone in a more casual environment and kind of developing those relationships. And in terms of just what I've really enjoyed has been my experience supporting the RILA initiative. So last year I got the chance to help out on that committee, and then this year I've stepped up and been overseeing that. And so for those who don't know, that is the Rotary Youth Leadership Award Committee, and we essentially get to nominate 5 amazing students from the greater Cincinnati area to go to a leadership development weekend. And just in line with what I do for work, I'm very passionate about leadership development for youth. So this has just been an extension of what I already enjoy in my daily work. And it's just very inspiring to see all of the amazing bright minds that will be leading our future. So that's been a pleasure.
Perfect. How about you, Kat?
I grew up in a small town, and I think one of the things that I love about Rotary is certainly the community. There's a community that comes together every week of people who, even though there's differences, kind of have a like-minded purpose, and I love that. For me, what I really enjoy is I have loved the speakers that are there for the Thursday luncheon. So kudos to the group of people who make that happen. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about Cincinnati. I've learned a lot about some of the inner workings of, just different entities that I would not have experienced otherwise. And so for me, I always walk away with some nugget of information that I did not have the privilege of knowing prior to walking in that door on Thursday. So that's what really motivates me and gets me jazzed to be a part of Rotary.
Very good. Well, tell me a little bit about this COVID-19 crisis, and obviously it has an impact on virtually everything, every company, every organization, and I'm sure the Girl Scouts. So tell me how you're managing through this whole process and trying to get beyond.
It's certainly been a transition. So, all of our staff have transitioned to fully working at home, and we're scheduled to do so through May 1. Unfortunately, with that, in regards to my department, we've had to cancel all of our upcoming events up through May 4th at this time to be in ordinance with the state. But, we are a progressive and innovative organization, and so by no means is that holding us back. We are charging forward, and some really exciting creative work has come out of my department with that. So while we cannot do in-person leadership opportunities, we have transitioned to doing virtual program engagements every day, twice a day. So 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., Monday through Sunday, our staff is online helping girls earn badges, awards, journeys, and engaging in limited service. So we are trucking forward. We've had girls from all over the country. We've had people tune in from Africa and India, and it's been amazing. So there's been a lot of movement behind that, and it's been such a joy to continue to connect our community and be something consistent for girls during a time when everything is not. So it's been really nice to offer some stability to the youth right now and keep our community connected.
And I think even through this process we're going through, there's a learning opportunity there for them. And I think without people like yourself leading them through that process, then it would be that much harder. So kudos to you and your team for keeping the engagement and the connection up. How about you, Kat?
Thank you.
Yeah, I am so proud to be a part of, as Marissa said, just an innovative staff and group of people. And her team has done extraordinary things without a doubt. We know that troops are still meeting. We still have leaders who are actively involved with our girls' lives. We are still making sure that we have members and are accepting membership. A lot of people think that you can just become a member at the fall. Not at all. You can be a member of Girl Scouts at any time. We'll plug you into the appropriate place. But for me, one of the things that we have really worked hard at addressing because of COVID-19 is that we have cookie booths, and our cookie booths were capped. And quite honestly, our Girl Scout troops lost out on about a week of opportunities with these cookie booths. And you might be thinking, well, what exactly does that mean? There were more than 35,000 cookie booth opportunities that were across our territory. Girl Scouts of Western Ohio is 32 counties. And so the average troop lost about $900 in cookie sales. And so in looking at innovative ways to pivot, we have really introduced business bosses supporting cookie bosses. And what we have asked, and I, of course, again, I have props. Who doesn't like looking at a box of Thin Mints, right? Or trefoils. I know these are Nancy Reese's favorite. But business bosses supporting cookie bosses is really asking businesses if they have the capacity to invest in purchasing cases. We're looking at asking businesses to support 4 cases or more, and the average cost of that is $250 for 4 cases. And then doing one of 2 things, either utilizing them for your personal gain, maybe that's for vendors, clients, employee relations, or utilizing those to support our first responders, those who are really on the front lines. And so we've had great success in finding businesses who are interested in helping. And when you're helping, I want people to know that, this isn't boxes of cookies in our warehouse. These are boxes of cookies in someone's home, in a volunteer's home. I'm sure many of you are listening and smiling, maybe thinking about your days as a cookie family where you can recall cases or boxes on a wall, in a closet. We're asking for people to help the local troop that's in your neighborhood, alleviate these cookies. And so looking for partners at all times, not just this time of year, but always looking for partnerships, people who are willing to invest in building that next generation of future leaders and girls who are just going to make the world a better place.
I think that think the Girl Scouts are in good position to pivot, as you say, around this crisis, based upon what you both just said.
Good.
How about the club? There's a lot of different things that we can do, both internally and externally, to get beyond this whole situation. So what comes to mind when you think about either what we could be doing or what we are doing to maneuver around this crisis?
Well, I think
How about
first.
Kat? I'll let you start.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have loved, one of the things I've loved seeing is just the emergence of all the virtual opportunities. I commend you, President Dave. I love what you've done online. I love how you're utilizing these new platforms. I think there's more opportunity for us to do that, maybe take in more things virtual, including some of our social functions. But one of the things I'm keenly aware of, and I heard Mayor Cranley talk about this, but by the time this is all said and done, there's a projection that 1 out of 3 Cincinnatians are going to be unemployed. And so I can't help but to think what that new world's going to look like. And I think that with COVID, I think Rotary could provide a lot of opportunities. We have such talented, generous members, and how can our members provide resources? Maybe that's financial planning, maybe it's resume writing, maybe it's interview skills. I've seen a lot of different things, and I have a feeling that that's a space where Rotary will really work to provide opportunity and get involved with service.
No doubt. How about you, Marissa?
Yeah, I mean, I can echo everything that Kat has said. I think this is such a strong network of people. And I think when it comes to reintegration, I think our members will be able to support that. And I don't know what that's going to look like at this time, but I know that Rotarians will be there to support our community as we build back up. So I'm just looking forward to see how we can step in to be there for our community. And in the meantime, I've been enjoying these. I think this is a great spotlight and way to feature different members that maybe you don't necessarily sit by when you go to lunch. So this has been a joy, and I appreciate that you're doing this.
Absolutely. Well, I really appreciate you, both of you, spending time today as well. And I think the one thing that I've lived in this community since the late 80s, moved here from Chicago as well. And this is such a giving community. And when crisis hits the streets, Rotarians rise to the occasion. And I want to thank both of you for everything you're doing to shepherd and steer Girl Scouts in the right direction, along with Ronnie, of course. But I think now Rotarians, that these 2 young ladies are definitely leaders in our club and are really going to have an impact on not only the folks they work with, but our club over the many years to come. So thanks so much, both of you, for being here today, and certainly appreciate it. And hopefully we'll get to do this in person sometime very, very soon.
You bet. Yes, thank you, President Dave. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And Rotarians, that concludes another Rotarian Spotlight segment today. So please stay safe and healthy out there, and we'll see you hopefully very soon. Take care.